Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Talk That Tech.
Number one tech morning show in the world, baby.
We are back in the building, and I'm so glad that we are here. I'm actually joining from a location unknown, so I just wanted to make sure that we got this show going. And Trey is here as well, and you know what? I was thinking about something a little bit differently, but before I do, let's get into uh, some housekeeping things. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe if you have not done that already. We definitely want to make sure that we get you on the docket, and also we'll give you shout outs if you comment as well. Like Tech Coach Ralph gets the first shout out. Good morning, fellas. He says, "Good morning. So glad that you're
Good
rocking with.
morning. Good morning.
So glad that you're rocking with us this morning." And yeah, man, it's good. It's been an interesting weekend, and I want to make sure that I this would be funny. I want to actually change it up today in regards to how we talk about the weekend. The question is, did the weekend treat you right, or do we need to file a complaint? Did the weekend treat you right, or do we need to file a complaint? Let us know in the chat, y'all, if that's the case with you. But yeah, I see the cup of cozy. That's
Oh
cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
cup.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Little coffee action,
Uh,
because we rolling strong this Monday.
yeah, I hear that. I hear that. Well, let me ask you before we get deep into it. How was your weekend? Did it treat you
Oh,
right, or did you complain?
yeah, to keep it real quick and short, man. It treated me right. I didn't do too much. What was that? Saturday had a birthday party. One of my cousins that dropped in on, showed my face, kissed some babies, took some pictures, and then got up out of there. Now I'm playing, but and then Sunday went to church. But pretty much the weekend, man, I was trying to just check out some AI, all that kind of jazz. But that's it, man.
Mhm.
That's all. Just
Nice,
preparing for the week type of stuff. How about yourself? It
nice.
treated me good, man. Treated
Treated me
me
good.
well.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
weekend treated me good as well. I can't complain. What happened was we took Saturday. I did a lot of like, I got to that age, man, where if I accomplish like a lot of chores, and errands on the like early in the morning, I feel so good about myself. I started, getting the car cleaned and running around doing this work and this thing for another thing that I got going on, and just minus a lot of stuff I covered by the time it was like 2 o'clock. So when I got back home, I'm like, yeah, I feel good. And
Ain't nothing
so
wrong with that.
it was
Ain't
one of those.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it was one of those where it's just like I did a lot, and then by the time I came back home, we were all kind of preparing. I know this sounds super late. We were all preparing to take our oldest son to graduation, uh, like a graduation celebration for our side of the
Oh,
family,
gotcha. Hmm.
because schedule wise and travel reasons he couldn't. It's just been tough, but we were able to do it. I'm not gonna lie, our kids. It was our kids, my wife and our kids, her sister, her kids, and her and my mom's mother-in-law, and it was just kind of like they're all young, so I don't think he had the greatest time because they're just being kids and loud and rambunctious.
Ah,
But it was one of those that was interesting, but nonetheless it was good. And then again that Sunday, got a chance to rest a little bit, try to prepare for today, and here we are, man. Here we are.
that's it. That's it
Listen,
right there.
yeah, man. And that question is for everybody. Did the weekend treat you right, or do we need to file a complaint? Let us know in the comments section. Again, and I'm so glad, actually, let me throw this up here. I heard you stopped by one of his live streams, Tuck Coach Ralph says.
I did, man. And that saying is normally not a I'm here for a good time, not a long time. But bro, I was there for a long time, man. He was doing this thing for sure. Yeah, no, it was good. I had a good time. Just watching him work, bro. You know,
Nice.
that's facts. That's
And
facts.
packing a new tool and doing something brand new,
That
which I
is
always appreciate on
facts.
the show. So y'all go ahead and check out Tech Coach Ralph, see what he's all about. and definitely get down with the get down right there. So yeah. No, yeah, thank you. Yeah, he graduated high school, so we just want to celebrate it. Yeah, weekend was definitely productive, for sure. It was definitely productive. Productive. Listen, y'all, if y'all comment on the show, we'll give you a shout out at the end, and we make sure that we definitely let you know we appreciate y'all. Now, there's a lot to cover. I mean, I'm looking at the docket right now. There's a lot of things we could cover. Um, there's a couple of things that we could hit on right now, but I think you know what? Let's go right into the first topic because this is something that a lot of that. If you didn't know about this, I saw it, and people were just making memes about it. It might be something that you want to hear about. You know, we're going to talk about IG docs locations. We're going to talk about the whole Vine comeback, as you saw in the thumbnail, but we're also going to talk about a 200. Get this, I'm being serious. A $250 million salary, is that true? Well, we're going to talk about it all today. But first, let's talk about IG and the situation that is occurring right now that needs to get some people excommunicated. All right. So with that
This
being said,
is
so it's
facts.
great.
Yeah, man. IG, they basically doxed some locations late last week, and it was not all good. I heard Just Hilarious, her fans was hitting her up like, hey, yo, we can see where you at right now, so it was a real thing. I when I first dropped, I did hear like, oh, celebrities, it's bad because celebrities could see, or you could see where celebrities were and all that stuff. And I was like, no, there's no way, they already had their location off and kind of stuff. So, but then you hear that story and you're like, oh, so she definitely wasn't the only one there. That's for sure. I mean, just imagine you sitting in your whatever spot, and then all of a sudden multiple fans just start showing up type. It's pretty crazy. But how in the world is this happening? Instagram, they had rolled out a new feature last week called Instagram Maps. And basically, what it was supposed to do was allow users to share your real time location with a select group of followers, everybody, or just your friends, your favorites, all this kind of stuff, right? You have 4 different options. Um, and basically, it caused some controversy, crazy controversy, and safety concerns because it was giving up the whole spot, right? Like your home address, if you was there, it's the precise location. You can just see the map, you can see all the little, I don't know, stories or whatever, but you can zoom in and you go all the way there. And a story that I heard, now you had the funny, just hilarious, type story, right? But then there was a not so funny story that I heard where, like, right when it kind of rolled out, an ex-boyfriend popped up on his ex-girlfriend and 3 of her other friends while they were out to dinner, and man, he kind of beat up on her and then drug her off. um so that was like not so good, right? But either way, I'm saying this to say, these aren't the only, situations. These are just the ones that got out. But that's basically what people were up in arms about, right? They were scared of like stalking or just doxing, right? Getting your address leaked or where you at leaked. And Instagram, what they said was that the location sharing feature is opt-in only. The only problem is, or let me keep going. It says users must explicitly enable it and select which friends or groups can see their live location. By default, the feature is off for all users, and locations is only shared if the user consents and activates it in the app settings. Adam, right? Adam Mosseri said that he emphasized that no one is automatically added to location sharing and is limited to chosen followers, aka friends you follow back, close friends, or selected individuals. Despite assuring that a lot of users reported that their locations were appearing on the map without their consent, causing
Mm.
alarm and accusations that Instagram may be doxing users without proper permission. So that's that's where it comes in. I will say, sometimes how you might have something roll out and then you start getting some uh not so savory uh feedback, and then you just go ahead and push the update, and then poof, what y'all talking about? No, you gotta opt in on this. I don't know. I feel like that's what happened, just because of the uproar and the people. Like, I don't know. I'm not really on there like that, bro. Like, I'm a post and ghoster if I do get on there, kind of deal. But when I did go on and I did look to see, I think mine was off because I already had location off for that type of stuff. But I think it was one of those things where they accidentally rolled that thing out and it got pushed out, and people's locations were getting showing up without them knowing, and then they got the quick feedback. Big, software engineer, boom, 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 get it back up, and then they got it how it was supposed to be. But I think they messed up. Either way, the reaction to the Instagram maps was really strong with the women, obviously, and some safety advocates as well. Um, and yeah, it was just a lot of people were just calling it a dangerous tool, that harassment can happen, stalking can happen, and they weren't rocking with it. So at the end of the day, it reminded me. I'm pretty sure this is what they were going with, but it did remind me of. I don't know if you were ever on Snapchat, but Snapchat, they also had the feature, and I even back then I turned it off, where you could see where your people, your homies were on the map, and it was just like your little emoji character type of deal. But still wasn't rocking with that either. I guess there's a place and a place for it. I'm not with it. I never have really been. But anyways, Instagram is saying you got to explicitly enable it if you want that feature. So I did have a friend of the show on Talk That Tech. I saw a comment that they made, and he was like, "Oh snap! I lost the password to my Instagram, and I don't know if it's on my stuff or not." I was like, "Yeah, Lee, you cooked. You are cooked." I told him to just go to locations on his settings in the iPhone, and then check and see if it's on for Instagram. But I don't know if that would even work if you don't even have your login. So hopefully, it's not a lot of people out there like that, where you're logged in, but you're not logged in, and then you in the in the settings. But Tech Coach Rob, that's the other side of it, right? Like he said, imagine if they had that feature during Menace to Society. And what's crazy is, bro, that's the other side of it. There was a lot of people saying, like, yo, it's people who are looking for their ops right now. And I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I wouldn't be, because we got modern day Menace to Society. I'm seeing it's happening every day. Ricky, it's happening every day. Now the only thing is, yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody, if they was on top of it, they probably did their thing, unfortunately. So, but yeah, it's real crazy out here. Hopefully y'all didn't have anything happen to y'all. Hopefully you can get it right. But oh yeah, PNB Rock, I do remember that story, man. Yeah, imagine if you were a celebrity who had uh somebody looking for you. It would have been pretty easy. But it seems like it's already kind of easy if somebody want to get you. I was out this weekend. I watched a little story on, what was that rapper's name? Young Dolph. And apparently they were saying that Yo Gotti was the one who was trying to get him. But yeah, I mean, everywhere he went, people were popping up like crazy. And it's just wild. If somebody wants you, man, these days, you gotta be on all 10. Anyway, that's it on that, y'all. That's it on Instagram. Hopefully y'all got y'all stuff right. I hope so. Because they was doxing people this weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the comment section too, because Tech Coach Rob said a few things. He said, "Who leaked my salary?" Hilarious. Right?
Yeah. Now we talk about that later.
Yeah, yeah, we're
Yeah, they
coming up to
got
that
you.
one as well. So listen, you better not be on IG or opt out with your new salary, because they'll find you. So Coach Rouse also said, I suspect people didn't read the notification and just clicked accept or turn on,
Mm.
which is another thing that we could talk about. And also, after enabling, whenever you open the app, it will update where you are. On the TechCrunch article, they say you will see your own location, but other people won't see it if you didn't opt in.
Okay, well that's good. That's good, man. Because from what
Yeah.
the people were saying, it was not like that. But here's what's crazy. I like what you said on the first part, where
Hmm.
hey, you just click the button and you're out there. It's time out for that, bro. Like we live in the 21st century. You live in a time where you can copy whatever it is, paste it into Chat GPT, GPT-5, and say, hey, what's good about this? What's bad about this in my favor? Or something to that fact. And you don't have to read it, and you can get the bullet points and see if you want to opt in or out of something. There's time out for just clicking around aimlessly. Uh, you're making me sick.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think, and like going to your point, you hear about it all the time back in the day when somebody gets swatted or something like that, that they've been doxxed, most of the time for these gamers, right? Like if they
Oh
got beat
yeah,
in the street, they're like,
yeah,
I just got swatted. So, like you said, if they want to get you, they can find you. It just makes this a lot easier for people who don't have that wherewithal to do it. Um, but I think something like this, they definitely would have under wraps by now. I mean, there are too many people, important people that probably are not tech savvy that did not realize this was happening, that have something to say. So I'm pretty sure they have it under wraps right now. A tech coach Rouse says
oh
allegedly.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he says
I'm telling
does
you right away.
yeah, he said no time to read. Got to get to the IG AI baddies, right? We talked about the
Boy,
AI influencers a couple episodes ago.
they better hit the three dots.
Hit the three,
Don't show again. Hit the three dots. Don't show again. Hit like
just
and
train it,
and
train it.
and if you don't know how the algorithm works, don't linger around on the photo or the video too long either, or it'll
Yeah,
still pop up on you. So
yeah,
swipe away, swipe away. You'll be all right.
yeah,
My algorithm, is full of golf and full of tennis shoes, you know, and
yeah.
little pit bull puppies.
Train the
Get
algorithm.
it right. Train it right. I'm just playing about the pit bull puppies. I don't know, but it is full of golf and it is full of tennis shoes and basketball a little bit too.
Yeah, so yeah, train your algorithm right. Train your algorithm right, and I think that it's a good point though in regards to just how, or a good reminder that anybody can get got in regards to just location being able to be found. And we kind of talk about it in a more abstract way when we're talking about celebrities and unfortunately the PMB rock situation and others, young Dolph, but there's other situations that we've seen. This one just hits a lot closer to home. People were talking about how wait, I thought you were going on a work trip
Oh
in
man,
that part of the country. Why you over in this part of the country? The cheaters were found
it's
out.
cold ice.
Uh, a
Cold as
lot of
ice.
people, a lot of people were reportedly being exposed in these streets. Um,
I gotta see those. I
so
might have to.
just stories and upon stories. So with all that being said, I know that they definitely turn things around, but continue to let us know what do you guys think about this. Drop the call in link as well, so you can call into the chat and let us know your thoughts. But this is one of those stories that, like Tech Coach Ralph was alluding to, hooked on phonics is good. You want to read what you're opting into and make sure that you are agreeing with that. So yeah, definitely, that's something we want to make sure that you do. But yeah, let's keep going, y'all. I know we got a lot of things to cover today, so hopefully we can hit them all. But we got another segment for you, which is our famed one, the Tech Wire. The Tech Wire is one where we basically talk about various tech events that are happening, and possibly ones that might be happening in your neck of the woods as well. So go to the Tech wire if you have not already, and check out these upcoming events. So we have some things coming for you starting. Actually, today it's Black is Tech Week in Houston, Texas. That's actually happening from the 11th to the 16th. Then we have, and that's $0 by the way for that. But there's of course more fees. But check it out for yourself. A Black is Tech Week. We also have on August 15th to 16th Black Tech Day in London, England. Cost is TPA for that. So definitely check on the website for that information, as well as on August 27th we have Champagne and Melanin Prepare to Pivot Mixer in Houston, Texas, $45 starting for that. But then you also have some things that we can talk about in September, because believe it or not, September is almost here, y'all. So we have Midwest Con that's happening in Cincinnati, Ohio. That is the 10th and the 11th. We also have GovTech that's happening in Washington, D.C. right after that. That's from the 11th to the 13th of Washington, D.C. Then we also have Sisters in Sales that's happening from the 18th to the 20th. And last but and that's in Brooklyn, New York, by the way. So you want to check that out if you're in New York areas. And then last but not least, we have Africon, which is happening September 18th to the 20th. That's in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's $100 starting for that. But you want to check out for all these different, excuse me, all these different events, mixers, and everything in between on the website. To go to blacktechglobal.com, get blacktechglobal.com for more. And right here we have one additional note: if you have multiple IG accounts, make sure it's turned off for each account.
That is a good note. That is a good note.
That burner that you got, make sure.
Didn't think about that.
Yeah, make sure for sure. I'm gonna look into that
Is that
myself.
I've never been quite sure on the term, but is that like, say for instance, if you just have one where this is where you do like I don't know, you don't want to be known that is you, is that a Finsta? Or is Finsta a whole other thing, like app or something different? I always heard the term, but I never took the time to look it up.
You
But
talk about
like,
Finster? I think
no, like, oh, I don't know if it was an app or not, but I hear people say, on my Finsta, like,
oh
I didn't know if it was like a fake Instagram where you don't have your photo. It's just like where you like not stalk people, but you able to see people's stuff and all of that, but then they don't know it's you. Is that a Finsta?
yeah, I believe
I need to
so.
look that up. I don't know. I
I'm
need to
looking at it
look it
right
up.
now. It basically says the secondary Instagram account created by users, often teens, to share more personal, unfiltered, and authentic content with a smaller, more trusted group of friends. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, so I was halfway right. Halfway right. So that's where
Yeah.
it's like, if you really know me, then you getting all the rest of the all the sauce. Like, y'all look at my, oh, you never heard that term, bro? Yeah, I heard it in a rap song one time. I think it was like, who was that? 21 Savage or something. But anyways,
Yeah, we get into that
now it
age.
makes sense on why he said it too, right? Like,
You know
because he
what?
was
I
talking
was
about a
always,
girl. He was talking about a girl. So yeah, okay, that makes sense.
you know what's funny? This is something that I believe Tech Coach Rao can laugh at as well. But y'all, yeah, y'all can put in the comment section. I was always gonna say I would be that parent that would be on top of everything and know all the slang and stuff like that. And
Huh,
yeah, I'm getting to that age where it's like, what did you say?
really?
Um,
Really?
Finsta. I heard about Finsta
I
before,
am.
fake
I
Instagram account,
definitely am.
but there's
I
some
gotta
things.
know.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I've heard of it, but I would have guessed it was a fake Instagram account and left it at that. This is a little more detailed.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And it makes sense, right? Like, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, but
Yeah, I
one
forgot to
way to
say.
stay in
Say it
is
again.
just to. I said one way to stay in is to sit down and just talk to them. Hey, what kind of words what y'all using these days?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
You-
okay. And because like even the word docs, right? Like when this came out,
yeah,
that's what you were saying. Docs.
yeah, yeah. But here's the thing. The thing about it is that sometimes these slang makes comebacks, right? They're like things that we used to say back in the day. I was actually watching Steve Harvey show, and I was looking at the outfits and the haircuts and everything. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, there are a lot of things that made a comeback right now that was back in the day. that was the style of what people said.
Not the
And
zoot suit. The
yeah,
zoot suit ain't coming back.
remember,
Nah.
remember the Steve Harvey show when like Romeo and all those guys, and when he was teaching in high school, and I was looking at the haircuts and stuff. I'm like, dang, that's a lot of what people
Oh
are
yeah,
wearing.
okay, yeah. The
Yeah,
haircuts is different. Zoot suits,
no, that was staying in the past. Oh,
not
that's
the
awesome.
not the Michael, not the Michael Jordan extra long, extra big joint.
No, 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 those days. I mean, who
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
knows? But at least right now, that ain't happening. But one
Nah,
thing that the one thing that is allegedly making a comeback is Vine, and so we're gonna be talking about that right now. Is that don't call it a comeback? Is it real? Elon Musk has something to say about this. So with that, I'm gonna pass it over back to you, Trey.
real quick. Yeah, Vine. Y'all remember Vine? 6 seconds. Funny stuff. Bunch of people made a goo gob of money, and then it just vanished. And they said that all the information, all the old vines and all this stuff, it was just gone, like never to be returning, and it was gone off of service, all that stuff. Well, Elon Musk, he had been saying, hey, he was going to revive Vine for a long time now, and he did it. He actually did it. Now, what I will say is, um, he did it in a time frame that he normally, wouldn't have done it in. Every time I hear Elon Musk say something, I kind of add on additional years to the time frame of it just because of his track record. But I will say with this, he did it in record time, uh, according to how he moves. So AI Vine, though, AI Vine is what it's called, and he put a little twist on it because obviously, if you have a business and you want more people to use that business, then you got to figure out a way how to integrate it into that. So this is what he did. Um, AI Vine, you can get it through Grok Imagine, which is X's new AI text to video generation tool. Now, what it also did was it restored all of the original Vine videos, the archive, which was thought to have been deleted. So now users can repost old Vines as well. So that's also pretty cool because there were people who probably thought they lost their Vines forever, or maybe they had a few on their phone that they kept that they did, and but now all of a sudden, boom, you got all your old videos back again that you can relive, or maybe they were super viral and you can snatch them back and do some little added extra stuff on top of it, all that kind of stuff. I can see that happening. But here's what's not coming back: an actual functioning Vine app that's standalone, where users can create new 6-second videos. That's not happening. Nor an active service for making new short form content of the original Vine format. So it's whatever we have now, the new stuff. You can do it like that. But anyways, yeah. So again, why this was happening, by pairing Vine with, and that 6-second format with AI. Elon Musk, he's looking to compete, obviously, directly with TikTok and Instagram Reels, while also offering the new level of creative freedom, because that's what he's about over there, is more freedom. If you ever used unhinged mode, uh, AI can get real free over there. I'm just saying. So what this does, though, it moves positions for X as a serious short form content competitor, right? Because now you can also get paid from your vines or your short form content or content. I know some people that I've heard multiple now that are making some serious bread on X. Just whether they're posting text or videos, like they get into it over there. So it's unlocking that, because I don't know if y'all remember, Vine was not monetized like that over there before. They had to monetize outside the platform, really, and there was some people doing it crazy. Don't get me wrong, $100,000 for 6 seconds. I heard it on one video, but anyway, companies were throwing that money out there. So now it's a little bit different in today's day. They're gonna be throwing more, but also they can get paid from the video itself, which is really cool. So yeah, this could open doors for anybody else who wants to actually create more remix or share, viral content without the barriers of filming or editing, themselves, obviously. And then it'll be good to see the archive of these old vines, just for the people who really rock with X like that, or rock with Vine like that, the nostalgic fans, so to speak. So we'll see. I don't know if it's going to be like too crazy, but I can promise you we're probably going to start seeing some old vines pop up in new ways that will go viral for sure. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, being a Vine star was the thing. Like 6 seconds, whatever, how creative you could be. A lot of people that actually, the Jake Paul, his brother, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people that came out of the Vine movement, and adapted to YouTube and became influencers to this day, um, that are making bank, excuse me, and it's very interesting that you mentioned that. It's interesting now that they're bringing that concept to Grok, and then some people might have to come over there. And would they come over there? And the question that we posed in the chat: would you use Vine if Elon brings it back? For me, because there's a little bit more hoops to crawl in, I don't think I would. There's already TikTok, there's already
Yep.
Instagram, there's so much social media out there already. It's just like another one. For me personally, I'm good. But there's some people that might say, let's see how it looks. The fact that they can monetize though through X, which might be another segment we have to do for another day, that poses itself as a possibility for a lot of people because they're making content on other platforms, and they may be monetizing via brand deals or things of that nature, but they may not be monetizing as much as they would want to, and maybe this could show themselves as a really good outlet. So if you're an entrepreneur in that sense, social media influencer trying to get the bag, I guess that would be a good place to look.
Yes, indeed. Sometimes, and here's what's crazy. This is not new. So sometimes just being the one of the first ones to a platform or on a platform can
Yeah,
really help you out and help you, get out there. The good thing is it's not new, but at the same time, I'm like you, a lot more hoops for me because I'm already not really on X. So then, like,
yeah.
you got to go on X and then go on. I don't even know how to get there, to be honest. Like, is that just a separate platform, or do you got to go through X to get to that? I don't know. Sounds like a lot to me. I like YouTube. Um, that's my baby right there. So we're gonna stay there.
Yeah, man, it's definitely a lot, and I think that for some people that they're cool with that, awesome. But I'm not sure for me. I'm not sure. Take over Round Shack. She says, "I've been using X more lately. I'd love to hear your experience as well. If you can, you can
Yeah,
jump on the show, or you can just
yeah. I
type
need
it
to
in the
know.
chat. We'd love to hear what your experience is using X. Because honestly, before I didn't use it that much, so I just
I know a lot of like tech founders. They hang around X and stuff like that. I know when like for work and stuff, like trying to find um you know thumbnail creators, editors, like a lot of them hang around on there. Like they have little spaces that they just congregate in. And so you can find some really great people on there. You can share what's going on with your projects. So I think it's a good space for that. Lately anyway, I've been seeing that. That's the only thing that I've been like even remotely close to looking at, just from people that I watch. And I'm like, oh, okay, is that where they hang out? That's how they do it. Okay. It's still, a real decent place to reach someone, with IG inboxes being slammed. YouTube is pretty hard because it's just email. TikTok, they got a weird DM box if you get a lot of stuff there. So I think TikTok or X is still a good place to be able to reach some of these higher individuals that is normally hard to reach as well, though.
I mean, listen, I definitely be open to checking it out if the value is there. Tech Coach Ralph says, I also don't know what Vine is. I like to say Vine crawled so that so that Reels, Shorts, and TikTok can run. That's basically what
This
it
is
was.
facts.
Six
This is
second
facts.
videos that were, I mean, you got to be really creative to tell a story in 6 seconds or 7 seconds or
Yeah,
however
but they
long
were
it was.
doing it, bro. They
They were
were
doing
doing it.
they were doing it. A lot of things that we even quote nowadays came from that time. I think like got 'em and there's a whole bunch of different other stuff that uh, for that period of time. A lot of things that we even quote today, memes that we have today came from that period. So
Yep,
I
yep.
mean, hey, it's a powerful thing to see how media could be so powerful in just 6 seconds and what it became. And I know that Techo Drop also said it's easier to communicate with people on X than on YT. And it made me think about that. Do you think that a lot of the X users have fully transitioned over to an alternative source like Threads, for example, on IG, or do you feel like there's just such a strong hold in regards to X and the market that it has, the type of users that it have, that they won't even come to a Thread situation, or they might
I
just
think it's I think I what from what I've been seeing, bro, if they're creator like creators, then yeah, they've tried threads and they also are over there. But like a lot of the tech industry, they hang around on X. Like
mm,
tech founders or Silicon Valley folks, like they're heavy on X. They've been heavy for years. So like I said, it seems like it's a lot easier to be able to reach them through X because they
mm,
hang around there. They've been on there for years. The newer folks, people who are just creators, I'm pretty sure they're checking out threads.
mm.
But yeah, from what I see, easy, easy to go to someone who is like in the tech industry on like, like, hey, I founded this SaaS company or whatever. It's easy to go to their X and see that they're like really posting on there like today.
Mm.
And it's easy to connect or like talk to them from there. But
Yeah,
just
yeah,
from
good
what I've
point.
been seeing.
Yeah, good point. And Tech Coach Rob also says on X, you have the political space, you have tech space, you have Black Twitter, and a lot
Yeah.
more. They also have communities on X like build in
Yeah.
public startups. So that's a very
Yeah.
powerful thing when you bring like
Yeah.
that. A lot
Those
of
are the
insight.
things.
Yeah, say that again. Sorry.
No, I was saying, yeah, those are the ones that I was like looking at and seeing just because of people that I watch on YouTube. This is also what they, like some of the spaces that they're in. So yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen that. Yeah.
a lot of insight on how people are doing things on X. A lot of people,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like almost like behind the scenes opportunity there as well. And like I think you mentioned it. Both you and Tech Coach Rob mentioned that they literally you can get access to people that you probably don't get access to anywhere else through X, like through a message or I don't know if they'll respond, but it's probably
Yeah.
easier to get
No,
them there than it is on IG or something.
they respond. They respond, bro. Like, yeah.
I
Because
know
I mean, that's where they are. But like I mentioned, I think yeah, Ralph just put it in there. Like, if they're newer companies or like startups as well, like they're posting like real time updates or like what they're doing. They're hanging with the community, and that's kind of where they do it. So yeah, yeah,
and possibly drive it towards your business or YouTube. That's a good point. Driving traffic there. I didn't even think about that as well as that being an option. So yeah, definitely can probably leverage that in the more in the future. More in the future, looking at a few integrations here and destinations, and Twitter is one of them. So yeah, maybe something that definitely dive into more.
yeah.
So
KD definitely be responding, bro.
yeah,
KD be responding. It don't even matter.
yeah, the
he
sky
done
is
he done had some he done had some
so,
wild takes over these years, man. Over these years, but again, that's more of what I was saying, right? Like you look at somebody like KD, you probably can't ever reach him on IG. You probably can't ever reach him on TikTok. But you send a random X or Twitter, and next thing you know, he's responding with some wow. But otherwise, you would have never been able to reach him. but he
Yeah,
sees Twitter. So it's, it's one of those things. Every
yeah,
time I see somebody quoting LeBron on a football game or soccer game, whatever, it's always from a tweet that he's made.
mm,
Even when Shador was playing this weekend, right? They flashed up something from LeBron James. It was a tweet. Like a lot of those people, they use tweets for sure, like all the time.
yeah. Wow. So that's a good point, y'all. What do you guys think in the chat in regards to the revitalization of Vine? Do you even know what Vine is? If not, not a problem. Just let us know in the comment section below, and we will definitely want to hear from you. Again, shout out to those that have been watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. Thank you for Tech Coach Ralph for being our featured person today, who has taken the time to chat. We appreciate you. Thank you so much as well as always, man. Um, and now I'm going to go into talk about a topic that I thought was very, very actually, Trey, you brought this to my attention because I heard somebody get a lot of money, but it's Tech Coach Ralph. You shouldn't be you shouldn't be holding back on a brother. You could have reached out to you, talked about some partnership situation.
Baseball contracts, man.
Baseball contracts here. This is literally generational money right here. But there's a story that I want to share. We want to share with y'all about $250 million salary. And don't dox Tech Coach Ralph. I was just joking. It's not him. But I don't know if you're gonna dox this guy either. But his name is Matt. That key, I believe, is pronounced. Met allegedly Meta reportedly offered a 24-year-old AI expert. Let's say that again. 24 years old.
Not allegedly.
Ugh, AI expert. A contract that's worth $250 approximately over 4 years. It does sound like he's working for a baseball team. You got a $250 million contract for 4 years.
Hey, a hundred M's. I'm good, but we'll get to that.
Checking if he's sharing his location on IG. But
But
yeah,
we'll
I'm
get to
pretty
that.
sure he kind of probably took that off. But it's amazing to see that how Matt has transitioned to that particular role over 4 years after initially turning down an offer from Meta for 125. So he's up there. He's just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just 24 years old, brother. I'm trying to just wrestle with that in my mind. But yes, because as he was actually turned it down to join Meta's new super intelligent research initiative. Super intelligent in quotations. Now, Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO, personally interviewed him, and that doubled doubled the offer following a meeting. Said, "Listen, 125 ain't good. Let's double that to 250." And that's how he got to that number. And at that point, you gonna say no again? I don't know. But he basically Matt previously co-founded the AI startup Percept and worked at Allen Institute of AI for AI, excuse me, and already established a reputation for multi-model AI systems, technologies that can simultaneously handle images, text, and audio. Like he's been in this space. So his expertise directly aligned with Meta's AI initiatives, and we know they have the headsets and the VCR, all that sort of stuff. uh, I'm not at the comment. He also, so you can see that he's a really, really in the space that they want to be in because they're focusing on advanced systems with general or superhuman cognitive abilities. So, what could that lead to? And we're looking at another like a NVIDIA battle with regards to robots in the future. Who knows? Humanoid robots. We'll see. The size and structure of the $250 million package, which could front load up to $100 million up the front, right there. The first year underscores extraordinary market value being placed on top AI talent as tech giants race to super intelligent AI. So this is getting crazy in these streets, man. Meta's aggressive approach reflects the broader competition in Silicon Valley, where companies like Google and OpenAI are also offering unprecedented compensation to a handful of leading researchers. So if you're smart, no matter how young you are, you know what you're talking about. The bag is there. And so the pursuit of individuals like Matt is reviewed similar to sports teams acquiring NBA superstars and firms completely fiercely without traditional salary caps. Like, listen, we don't have to worry about it. We'll pay you. So prior to joining Meta, Matt was recognized for leading development on Momo, which is a multimodal, language model capable of reasoning across images, audio, and text, which earned awards at major AI conferences such as New York IPS 2022. His decision to leave academic research and startups for Meta's super intelligent lab is cited as one of the most extraordinary individual hiring deals in technological history. I think in all history, really. Coverage of the story is also a symbolic thing here. While Meta has laid off thousands of workers, I shouldn't laugh at that, to control costs, it's willing to pay
Real.
hundreds of millions to acquire AI researchers such as crucial for strategic dominance in the emerging AI race. Um, and so let me go to the comment section because I had a shirt where I was laughing and back to the Trey. So besides Tech Coach Ralph saying he's checking for the location on IG, he said he's all actually is their second choice after I turned Mark down. So you see, Tech Coach Ralph was really setting it up right there. He's like, listen, me and Matt go way back.
Yeah,
I told Mike
yeah.
New, and so I wanted to bring.
Rouse price was $350, and they was like, "Oh, we can't do that."
He's like,
So
yeah,
they had to go with the second best.
yeah. So it was. This is quite the story. What would you do, first of all, if you were Matt, 24 years old, and you have the wherewithal to say, nah, 125 million, I don't really need that. No, thank you.
Yeah, that's when you really know you got something, right? To be able
Yeah.
to turn that down. I'm first generational money over here, so I'm taking the 125 with like, what up, my boy? We in there.
125.
We in there. Cause 100 was the goal.
2
So you
million, 1
you
million.
100 was the goal. You over by 25 million, bro. We money in the bro. We got our own handshake. We in there. I'm done. We talk about the 250 after I do my work and we get it done. Bro. There's no way. But like when you really know your stuff and you know what you bring to the table, that 125 that he turned down is just as easy as somebody turning down, I don't know, 45,000 or 50, right? Because they know, no, what I'm about to bring to y'all is systems, processes, more income.
Yeah.
I need more stake, and I need it up front. Dude said, hey, I want 100 M's this year. $250 million contract, but I want 100 M's this year. And how could he do that? Well, obviously there was something in the meeting, right? When Mark flew on the PJ to go meet him and said, you know what? No, we can't let this pass. Let's double it. So he interviewed with somebody else up front, turned down the 125. They told Mark, like, let me hop on the PJ. Oh no, I see what's going on here. Double it, and we're gonna wire you to 100 M's tomorrow. One thing I did want to point out, bro, I was doing some. I had to see how and why a 24-year-old was getting. This is why I was. I told y'all at the beginning of the show I was working on AI. I was looking at AI all weekend because of this guy right here. Because he's 24. I needed to see what in the world was he doing to be able to demand 250 M's at 24 years old. And one thing I did see, that neuro IPS award or whatever that you talked about, apparently in AI, that's like winning the Oscar in the AI world. Like they only give that award out to a dozen researchers a year out of like 10,000. So he ain't no local joke. Like he the real deal. He the real deal. So yeah, it's one of those things, bro. yeah, Tech Coach Ralph. Who you think you got, Chelsea Clinton?
Who you think you got, Chelsea?
Yeah, that's real. Chelsea Clinton.
If you watch the movie about the I won't spoil it for you, but basically there was a ransom, and that was
Man, you can't spoil Rush Hour. If you ain't seen Rush Hour yet, you need to
it's been a long
get
time.
out of Texas. Ain't no spoiler, man. Say it. Shoot.
I'm
That's Rush
so
Hour. That's
into
20
you.
years ago.
Yeah, so I mean, hey, some people are born tomorrow or
I
yesterday.
don't care. If you
Maybe
ain't
God
seen it,
here's rush hour. Just watch this while you drink your bottle. Oh man, go
man,
ahead, go ahead. You're
spoil it.
saying,
No, yeah, bro. I mean, it's just one of those things. Like what it shows, though. Like Meta is number one. Like as far as what they're pushing the envelope. So you're seeing firsthand in real life what these companies are looking towards. So if you're not in that space, if you're not working towards looking at what's offered in that space, you're probably gonna get the short end of the stick. Even if you're still like they're showing you in real time, hey, this is what we're looking for. This is what we're looking at.
mm-hmm.
Like I don't know how else to put it if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, that was a $250 million contract, but they had already been saying that they've been throwing money out for a long while right now. Like,
yeah,
so they're not the only company that's going to be doing this.
yeah.
Like, maybe they're the only one who's doing that big of a bag for one person. But trust me, I just watched the CNBC Millennial Money. It was a lady working in AI, 300,000 a year. Like, she had got divorced, had to get back into the workforce, jumped into AI. A few years later, she's making $300,000 a year, working in the AI side of their company. All I'm saying is that's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
Like, so anyway, that's all I'm saying, bro.
No, I think it's really good. I actually have something to say about that. But I want to go to Tech Coach Ralph's point. Tech Coach Ralph had a really, really good one here. He says this shows how much money isn't the goal. He's working for 250 million, which he could work for a year and retire, but it's about the work for him. And I think
And
that's
no,
yeah. Go
go
ahead.
ahead, bro. No,
I was
go
saying
ahead.
there's that balance between doing something for the paycheck and doing something for the purpose. And I think that having that balance, that delicate balance, will keep you sober minded. Because if you did it for the like going back to what I said earlier, I said if you gave me $1 million, I would have been content. But but because he's sober minded and it's not about the paper, it's about the purpose. He was able to push past that. He's like, no, no, no. I mean, I could probably make that what you're that 150. I could probably make that pretty quickly on my own. I don't need that. What's the vision behind what we're doing? What da, da, da. Now the money did motivate him because he said yes to 250. Don't get me wrong, but at the same token, it was about the purpose behind what he was doing, and could he advance? Could he advance in AI? I want to say something, but I want to pass it to you first before I say it.
Oh, yeah, real quick. I do want to mention though, I told y'all I went in on his story because I was really trying to see, and this is why I said what I said up front. I said as a first generational money getter, like I would have took it. He didn't have to worry about the money because he already had it. Remember what you read. Versept. Versept raised $16.5 million when he was ready. Like he had, like, I don't need your money because I got it. Yes, I'm 24. I got a company that I raised $16.5 million for. So he like, I don't need it. The problem with a lot of us is we are like the first generation. I need that. Like, we can't overlook the fact that no, money is not everything, but at the end of the day, it's a big part. Like you go to work 40 hours out of your life for it.
Yeah.
So it's a huge piece. So all I'm saying is he did, like, it wasn't a huge motivator for him in this move, and he had so much leverage because he already created he was a part of Versept. So I didn't want to leave that out.
I think what I said earlier, I want to rephrase that based off what you said, because it's not about balance. Because I don't even believe in work-life balance. I believe in work-life harmony, and the harmonization can happen where it's like maybe 60% or 70% work and 30% other stuff, right? In this case, like going back to what you're saying in regards to um, Now I lost my train of thought because I read the comment, I got distracted. But anyway, but basically, when you just kind of like have that framework of understanding, like, listen, this is not the be all and end all. That sort of like you were talking about, that he didn't come from not having something, right? He had something, and then he was able to make that pivot and change. You know, I lost my thought. I'll try and get it back. I couldn't get it back.
Oh,
Anyway,
oh, it's
let me
all
read the
good.
comment. He said, "We walked into the meeting with Ti. Whatever you like as interest music." That's what made me laugh, and I forgot what I thought was to say. But the other thing I was going to say that I think is something that I think I'm going to, think is very important is about timing, and it kind of goes back to what you said. I feel like, and I'll speak to my about myself, but when I got into the tech industry, I'm so glad I did not wait. Like, that's all right, brother.
Hmm.
It's all good. I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I didn't wait. I'm
Yeah.
so glad I did not wait like other people. And no, I'm not saying I'm better in any way, shape, or form, but I know myself. Sometimes I have analysis paralysis. Sometimes I can try to reason or figure things out. When you get to a place when you're like, listen, all I got is this decision right here, so I'm gonna put my feet in and try to swim and paddle, whatever, and try to figure out how I'm gonna get across this lake. Sometimes you just gotta do that. You just sometimes you just gotta get in the water and figure out how to swim, because you don't realize that there's a fire behind you burning the forest until it's like too late. And
Hmm.
I think what we see now in the job market, not saying that people can't get into tech sales and things of that nature. I'm not saying that at all. People are getting into every day. It's a
Every
lot
day.
harder. It's definitely a lot harder where people like they're literally, instead of back in the day they'd be like entry level and they leave like that. They're now saying no, experienced SDR, experience da da da. They're like that narrative is literally written on the job. Like, we want somebody with experience. And so it's a lot harder today than it was. It's like the housing market. Like, when we first bought a house, the fact that we bought the house at the time we did, my wife and I, versus now trying to buy a house and the interest rates and stuff like that. I mean, that same house that we got is almost two-thirds the price now. Um, you know, and we didn't do much updates or anything like that, but it was just all about the timing. So just to kind of echo what Tech Coach Ralph was saying, that sometimes don't delay. If you could kind of get a gaze of the future like we're seeing right now with AI, do your best bet and try to make that timing, that pivot now, because it's the timing. I mean, people that got money for Bitcoin, it was about the timing. So I just want to throw that out there for people to really kind of let that sit and marinate, because it's so important, because we especially us, we've been burned as a people for so long that we're very hesitant about new stuff. I'm not gonna lie, that's just, it's just the way I've seen it for a lot of us. We're very hesitant, and yeah, to a degree, but what's the cost that you're gonna pay for the time that you wasted? But I was really thinking about that on my way walking to work. I was like, man, timing is so important. It is so important. I digress. You would say
It's
something?
huge. Nah, bro. The only thing the only thing I'll say, the cost that Joseph is talking about is opportunity cost.
Yeah,
Hard to quantify, hard to quantify. Easy to see later in life when you don't want to be the person in not the deathbed or
yeah,
even just later in life when you just 70 and still breaking your back. You don't want to be reflecting on stuff that passed up or whatever
yeah,
because of the opportunity cost. So count that up. That's all.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. And Tech Coach Ralph, he helps people get into roles all the time. He said it himself. Barrier to entry is harder. It is higher.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's if you see that opportunity, the opportunity cost is real. So let me just put that out there. But I want to say thank you guys for rocking with us, especially you, Tech Coach Ralph, as well. Thank you so much for rocking with us in this episode. We definitely, I just forgot to mention I've been sick all weekend, but
Mm.
but it's all good. Appreciate you guys nonetheless, and I want to just end it with our brown box special. This one is actually a pretty famous one right now because it has to do with the political situation. But earlier this year, President Trump picked a man named Billy Long to be the boss of the IRS. That's the government office in charge of collecting taxes. For those who don't know, I'm assuming everybody knows IRS by now, and making sure that people pay what they come with what they owe. But what happened was that Billy started the job in 2025. But in August of 2025, less than 2 months later, Trump fired him.
Dang.
That's like getting picked for a team and being benched before you even finish your game. Trump said he wanted
Basically.
Billy to become the U.S. ambassador to Iceland instead, which is kind of like being the official friendship manager between the U.S. and Iceland. But after Billy was fired, a man named Scott stepped in the temporary IRS. What people believe is a possible reason for the firing is just because bef- just hours before Billy was let go, what happened was that the IRS had to refuse to give private taxpayer information to the White House to help find undocumented immigrants.
Eh,
The IRS said it was protecting people's privacy even if they weren't U.S. citizens. And also, the IRS was
eh.
already going through a rough time. Lots of leaders were quitting or being replaced, and up to one of every four workers might lose their job because of government cuts.
Yeah. No,
So, just
that's tough.
honestly, we don't need to go far for the brown box special. We just got to look at Washington, and every other
Lately.
lately, yeah, and every other week we're going to see something here. But I thought it was very interesting that that could possibly be the reason. Allegedly, was
Yeah.
that hey, give us that information on people that should not be here or we think should not be here, and the IRS like, hold up, that's a breach of privacy. Um, like, oh, really? Excommunicado to Iceland.
Listen, listen. But at least he slid over into another position. It's always
No pun intended. I like
some kind of bright side. But I will say, though, this is my first time hearing this story, but I will say this. Sometimes you got to stand on something, or actually not sometimes, always. You got to have a set of beliefs that you got to stand on. He could have easily just given it up for keeping the job because he just got it in June.
yeah,
At the end of the day, I mean, he must have been sipping on that IRS juice a little bit too much of it, and all of a sudden he like, nah, I know you put me in here, but nah, I'm standing on something. I'm with my IRS folks, and you had got cut. So sometimes that's a part of it, right?
yeah,
The job wants you to do something that you are not with. You got choices. You always have a choice. That's what I got out of that. Yeah, I've been there before. Working in sales.
yeah,
Sometimes they have you, yes, either the company or your leadership would try and have you do certain things. I'll put it like this: um, you can get to the top of the leaderboard without doing certain things that they want you to do, but just know there always is someone who's willing to do it. And so for me personally, I was always okay with being top 3 or top 5 because I knew what some of these guys were doing and girls, and I was okay with that because I knew that I wasn't willing to do it. So that's always a part of it. That's what I got out of that.
amen, amen, amen. And thank you guys for rocking with us on this episode of Talk That Tech. The
Number 1 tech morning show in the world, baby. We'll
we
see y'all
appreciate,
next week.
yeah, we appreciate you guys. Peace and elbow grease.